When carrying out curriculum and business planning in the college, you might also want to consider, in addition to understanding your market share, learner participation trends and competition, information about how skills provision matches up with employment demand. In Vector there's some information that could be really helpful for this. If you look in the employment section first of all, and then navigate to one of the options under the Skills versus Demand heading. In this example, we're comparing the adult learner market to employment within the care services sector. We can pick a sector of interest using the filter at the top. And we can also narrow down a sector if we want to focus on a more specific occupational field, such as adult care worker, which falls within care services. If we do that, we click on Confirm and Apply. All the data on the screen changes accordingly. On the right hand side of the screen we'll now see within our chosen area the number of adult care workers enrolled in qualifications at level 2 or above, and a list of courses that they're enrolled on, along with the number of learners assigned to each course. On the left hand side we'll see a total count of people in employment within this sector. So in our chosen area, based on census data, adult care workers, there were just over 32,000, and that breaks down into 4 main occupations shown in the table below. In another example, we might want to pick on the construction sector to see how the skills provision matches up with occupational demand in our local area. And again we see a full list of courses adult learners are taking within the local area, the number of learners associated to that course, and how that matches up on the left hand side to the relevant occupations in this sector. In addition to the data here, there's also an analysis section. Under Analysis we can click on 16 to 19 adults or apprenticeships and carry out some similar drill downs. In this example, I've chosen the adult care worker sector, again within our chosen geography, and on the left hand side we've got information about employment. The job index, the gauge at the top left hand corner, compares the local employment concentration in this occupational area to the national profile. If the score, as it is in this case, is above 100, it indicates a higher level of local employment demand. On the right hand side we've got the learner index, and again this is a similar profile comparing the skills provision locally and the volume of skills provision locally compared to the national average. In this example the job index is quite high, indicating significantly high local employment demand, whereas the learner index is below the national average, identifying that there's possibly low participation in learning locally. This is also represented in the Boston matrix below, falling into the bottom right hand quadrant where it's indicating high employment but low learner skills provision. When you've got multiple options to choose, this analysis tool could be a useful tool to help identify which of those options is of higher value to the college. Identifying a skills need where there's high employment demand and low skills provision currently might be a more valuable option than one where there's low demand and lots of skills provision currently in the local area, indicating high levels of competition and not significant volumes of employment demand. If you have any questions about the skills versus demand section of Vector, or if you need any additional support with Vector in general, please get in touch.